Two other women are telling 7 Action News they also were attacked by Detroit firefighter Mike Risher. Neither reported the incidents to the police at the time, but they say they want their stories told so this won't happen to somebody else. And they say they want this man to be held accountable.
That's when I was like, oh, you're big, you're going to punch a girl. And yeah, I ate my words, I guess you can say, because he definitely did.
Oh, yes, he did. Right on the street in broad daylight outside of a bar in Hamtramck. And when the two women came up with this security video of the incident, they took it to the police.
Nobody would ever let us make a police report.
You wanted to press charges for assault?
Absolutely.
Hamtramck police refused to take a report. They wouldn't even watch the videotape. The women think Risher got a free pass from the cops because he's a firefighter. But everything changed after the 7 Action News investigators exposed this incident. They also got statements from 2 witnesses to the incident, and they're retrieving the women's medical records to document their injuries. The chief here also tells me they're working on a warrant request for the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office seeking charges against the firefighter a year and a half after the incident happened.
Do you think there's enough here for a criminal charge, in your opinion?
Well, yes, sir, I do.
And now the heat's also coming down civilly from this high-powered attorney, Ben Johnson. After our investigation aired, Johnson stepped up to the plate and offered to help the 2 women. He's preparing to file a civil lawsuit against Risher, even though he says there's probably little or no money in it. Johnson's slogan is, Ben fights. And in this case, he's itching to put on the gloves.
No one's above the law. Scott, no one's above the law, and it doesn't matter what you do for a living or who you work for or how much money you make. You can't punch other people in the face and get away with it unprovoked, and that's exactly what we think Mr. Risher did.
After our investigation aired, 2 more women surfaced claiming to have been attacked by Risher. The woman pictured here says last summer, Risher picked her up by the neck and slammed her onto a boat deck after he accused her of spilling his drink. An eyewitness backed up her story. A second woman says Risher assaulted her in 2005. She says they were arguing in the back seat of a minivan when Risher headbutted her. When she fought back, she says, Risher pinned her down and choked her. That account was also confirmed by a witness. As we reported 3 weeks ago, Risher and his then-girlfriend were also sued over a bar fight in 2006 in order to pay the victims $15,000. That lawsuit said, quote, Risher appears to be suffering from the effects of too many steroids. He has a larger than usual physique and a violent temper which he has trouble controlling. Since that story aired, Risher's ex-wife and a former girlfriend both confirmed that he's taken steroids prescribed by a doctor. Our original report also revealed allegations of violence at home. Police reports show officers were called to the Risher's Clinton Township home 3 times for domestic incidents. In one case, Risher's wife said he pushed her into a table and knocked the wind out of her, leaving a visible scrape. The report says she wanted to press charges, but for some reason, charges were never filed. In some cities, the policy is if there's a domestic incident and someone's hurt, they have to make an arrest. We filed this Freedom of Information request with the Clinton Township Police asking what their policy is. They refused to tell us. They said the information is exempt from the Freedom of Information Act. We also learned that Risher worked for a year in the Mount Clemens Fire Department but was terminated in 2003. And we obtained his personnel file. His 6-month performance evaluation gave him unsatisfactory ratings, inability to get along with others, carrying out instructions, and work attitude. In all, Risher is accused of attacking 5 different women since 2005, and nothing significant has happened to him for any of them. Attorney Ben Johnson says that's what's motivating him to push the Hamtramck case in civil court.
My clients have the right to insist that he be held absolutely accountable. And for the last year, going on almost a year and a half, Scott, until, again, your story, thanks for doing it, he was walking the streets smiling, laughing about what he did to these ladies.
Police did arrest Risher for disorderly conduct in the Hamtramck incident, but the ticket was later dismissed by a judge. After Hamtramck police submit their warrant request, the prosecutor's office will decide if there's enough evidence to support a criminal charge. Detroit Fire Commissioner Donald Austin told us weeks ago he would review the Hamtramck incident and have a statement. Despite repeated calls and emails, we've heard nothing. We also reached out to Mike Risher asking for comment on these new developments. So far, no response. Scott Lewis, 7 Action News.
All right, thanks a lot, Scott.